You are working so incredibly hard to change your financial reality. Yet you look at your bank account and your life looks exactly the same as it did a year ago. It's like you're pushing a massive boulder up a steep, muddy hill and you are just completely exhausted. But here is the shocking truth. Beyond the money habits or relationship patterns we always talk about, there is a much deeper, invisible layer that is literally blocking you. Today, we're going straight to the intersection of quantum physics, neuroscience, and consciousness to show you exactly why your reality stays so stubborn and how you can finally break that cycle. Have you ever just stopped and asked yourself why your life isn't quite the way you'd like it to be? Why nothing really shifts, even after putting in so much intense effort? This video didn't reach you by accident. Call it coincidence, call it synchronicity. Either way, it found you because something in you is ready to look deeper. Section 1. What physics actually tells us. Before we go any further, I want to give you a totally honest disclaimer. Human knowledge is still extremely limited. We honestly know very little about the origin of the universe or the true nature of consciousness. So as we dive in, some of what we discuss rests on solid, proven science, and some rests on spiritual hypotheses held by serious thinkers. I'll be crystal clear about which is which, because intellectual honesty matters way more than blind certainty. Let's start with the hard physics. You've probably heard that the scientific community is split between two major interpretations of quantum mechanics. On one side, we have the Copenhagen Interpretation. This is the textbook standard, which says a measurement or interaction collapses the quantum wave function. On the other side is the many worlds interpretation, which says all possible outcomes actually do happen, but each in its own isolated branch of the universe. Now, here's the kicker. Neither of these theories gives you a magical mechanism where your thoughts directly rearrange physical matter. Under that Copenhagen model, you don't even need a conscious observer to collapse a wave. A simple, stray air molecule or a basic electronic detector can trigger it. This happens through a process called decoherence. Basically, the environment measures and fixes classical reality instantly. The outcome is completely random. Nothing about it responds to what you want or desire. In fact, macroscopic biological systems, exactly like your human brain, decohere in incredibly tiny fractions of a second. We're talking on the order of 10 to the negative 20th power seconds. That is unimaginably fast. This means the environment fixes classical reality long before a single thought in your head could exert a direct physical force on matter. So standard quantum mechanics simply does not hand you a mechanism to rearrange atoms with your mind. Section 2. Science meets spiritual hypothesis. Here is where we step completely past consensus physics and into something more speculative. I want to name that shift openly for you right now, rather than blurring the lines. We're moving from physics directly into metaphysics. A minority of serious physicists, most notably Amit Goswami, proposed a truly fascinating alternative framework. It's called monistic idealism. Instead of treating physical matter as the fundamental building block of the universe, this framework treats consciousness as the absolute ground of being. It suggests that consciousness itself is what actually chooses among quantum possibilities. Now, this isn't the mainstream view, and it's not experimentally proven, but it hasn't been disproven either. We're holding this here purely as a deeply intriguing spiritual hypothesis. If we entertain this hypothesis, changing your reality does not mean magically moving physical atoms around with your thoughts. Physics clearly rules that out. Instead, it means something much more testable in your everyday life. It means your consciousness, your focused attention, your raw emotion, and your choices determines which of the countless available life paths you actually walk down, and what opportunities you're even capable of perceiving along the way. Section 3. What neuroscience confirms. Now, let's pivot directly to hard psychology and brain science. Completely separate from any quantum speculation, neuroscience gives us an incredibly solid, replicated foundation to stand on. Your biological power is very real, ladies. We know definitively that your focused attention changes exactly what you notice in your environment. We also know your emotional states alter your body's stress and immune responses in highly measurable ways. Just look at placebo research. It proves that your expectation alone shifts brain connectivity and alters real physical symptoms. This isn't mystical manifestation. This is documented, hard biology in action. Before we dive into the practical strategies and put all of this to work, I need a quick favor from you. Please hit the like button on this video right now. When you do that, you signal to YouTube that this content is valuable, and it helps push this video out to empower other women who are trying to change their own realities. Thank you so much for doing that. Now, let's get into the action plan. Section 4. the practical action plan. This is where we bridge the well-established psychology we just talked about with the spiritual hypothesis. We're going to turn all of this theory into actionable, daily shifts that you can start using this very afternoon. There are 5 specific steps to this plan: clarity, rehearsal, dialogue, environment, and resonance. Let's break down exactly how you execute each one of them to direct your attention and build your new reality. Step 1 is hyper-specific clarity. Listen closely because your brain's attention system completely ignores vague wishes. Saying, "I want to be successful" or "I want more money" does absolutely nothing. You must define concrete targets. Say something like, "I want a project management role in tech using agile methodology." Concrete markers prime your mind to notice specific opportunities. And if the consciousness hypothesis holds true, this intense clarity also sharpens exactly what you are choosing to move toward. Step 2 is emotionally charged mental rehearsal. Your brain actually has a very hard time distinguishing a vividly imagined experience from a real memory. Mind training traditions like the Silva method use this biology directly. You sit down, close your eyes, breathe slowly, and vividly picture your desired outcome as if it's already accomplished. You must feel the sounds, the posture, and the real emotional rush of having arrived. Neuroscience confirms this emotional memory mechanism absolutely works. Step 3 is directed inner dialogue. If you walk around repeating, "Nothing works out for me" or "I am terrible with money," your brain will actively gather evidence to prove you right. This is confirmation bias, and it is incredibly powerful. You have to flip it. You have to change the questions you ask yourself. Instead of complaining, "Why does nothing go right?" demand your brain answer a better question. Ask it, "What are 3 hidden opportunities in this situation right now?" Step 4 is environmental reinforcement. Repeated exposure completely shapes your attention. You need physical reminders of your goal in your actual environment. This could be a bright sticky note on your bathroom mirror, a specific custom wallpaper on your phone, or an open book on your kitchen counter. These simple behavioral science tools keep your unconscious actions aligned with your grand intentions all day long. Step 5 is to follow what genuinely resonates with you. Act moment to moment on the option that carries the deepest authentic excitement for you. Treat this as your internal compass. When the coincidences start showing up, view them as synchronicity. Treat this honestly as a daily practice of discernment. Yes, it extends past what science can currently test, but it firmly aligns you with your truest self. Here's what I want you to remember when this video ends and the world rushes back in. You don't need to have this all figured out. Nobody does. Not the physicists, not the mystics, not me. What you can do, starting today, is choose one thought you repeat, one image you rehearse, one small action you take toward what genuinely resonates with you. That's it. Not certainty, practice. Because whether the deepest layer of reality turns out to be governed by decoherence alone or by something science hasn't caught up to yet, one thing stays true either way. Your attention, your beliefs, and your next action are yours to direct. So don't wait for proof before you begin. Begin, and let the proof show up in how your life actually changes. If this reached you today, it wasn't for nothing. Take 5 minutes tonight, sit down, close your eyes, and rehearse, vividly, honestly, the version of your life you're building toward. Then get up and take one real step toward it. That's where co-creation stops being a theory and starts being your life. Follow along, because next week I'll show you exactly how to turn this into a daily practice, one honest, doable step at a time.